For the best TV viewing experience, witness the coziest maroons, the most vibrant and brightest moons, the eeriest and darkest tombs, and radiant and vivid hues in any type of room with the Neo QLED and OLED TVs by Samsung. We're supposed to say Samsung, but that didn't rhyme, so you're welcome. Samsung, more wow than ever.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's get started.
I have thought a lot in the last 24 hours.
Time to get your weekly sports fix.
By the skin of their teeth, they lost.
And then you can just ride it the whole thing.
With Stix.
Hey.
You've been warned. Recording in progress, brother. What's happening, anonymous big homie?
What's good, man? What's going on with you?
Hey, it's Thursday night football in our house, my brother. Our house, not Rams' house. Our house.
That's cool. How has that been turning out recently, though? We'll get into that. Well, you know what it is. We're breaking it down today. Because of this Thursday night football action, we have head-to-head hometown rivalry situations from the NFC happening tonight. Seattle, Lumen Field, it's going down. Seattle Seahawks taking on Rams coming into town, bringing that heavy horn with them, getting off those airplanes, man, staying on the West Coast, keeping the time zones in check, man. Yo, we got to give them this one. We're going to break them off with our takes on this one because this one needs to be separated so we can really get into this. There's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to say I told you because I see what's going on. And then we can both make our case and we can see what's going on, man. How you think? Let's get after this, man. What's up?
Yep, exactly. Just let y'all know, like exactly what homie said, man. We're gonna pop this one out for you real quick and hopefully get it out to you before game time so y'all can listen and get your knowledge and get a little hear a little beef that Nas Big Homie and I have between each other tonight. Probably a good thing we're not in the same casa situation at this point. You never know. We'd be butting heads a little bit, but hey, that's what it's all worth it. So yeah, let's just get right into it, brother. Let's just go straight into the situation tonight. Like you said, the Rams rolling into town. I was looking at some of the other games in the past. I think I remember last year, the December game, I believe it was, homie. We were talking and, I think it was at the 23-9 game or something. The Seahawks barely squeaked it out, or, that game was terrible, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Now that I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, we were all pumped up for it. We were ready, rocking and rolling. We both thought that would be another one of those 30-29 games, like back in 2019.
Right. Because we were in the prime time of Russ supposedly cooking, right?
Yeah, it was Russ was cooking, and your three-headed running back situation with Cam Akers, the bowling ball Malcolm Brown at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, so the three-headed monster back there, and then they Rams put up a whopping 9 points. But in your defense, and Nas Big Homie, I don't see the Seahawks so I don't see the Seahawks giving up 9 points this time, brother. Not with Matthew Stafford at the helm this year and the way they've been looking so far through week 4. So, but what else? What you got going on before we get into, or what you think about tonight, man? In a nutshell.
Well, man, there's a lot of nuance going on, but I'll stay at the top with it to make up for last week. Okay, so Rams go take an L at home versus the Cardinals. It's cool. I told everybody you're going to have to relax. I seen this coming. If you watch the game, if you're a legitimate Rams fan, or even if, like I said, you just watch the games and you pay attention to what's going on, there's a significant difference with what's happening with the team. Everybody's seeing the flash and the flare of the first 3 weeks, and it looks good. It looks different. But like I was telling y'all offline, all we're doing is substituting Stafford for Goff. Right. So that's your Rams upgrade right there. It shouldn't be no lofty Super Bowl hopes, none of this. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Now of course I'm gonna ride with them as always. Okay. And that goes without saying. But I ain't stupid and I ain't blind. And you know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it real with you in terms of the facts that goes on. So yeah, I mean the basic thing is, like I said, the offense roll smooth because it's a system-based offense. We already know what the Rams are, right? So when you run into another offense that is equally as powerful, who does it then rely on? Y'all know it's been said before. Jokes have been cracked. It is about the D, okay? And we are the Rams ain't what they used to be, man. They ain't what they used to be, man. And I'm telling you, in a regular circumstance, I would tell you that Seahawks have the biggest chance that they always have against the Rams because it's heavyweight rivalry. But if you look at what's going on now, and I was able to dig up with the help of the investigative staff and dig up some stuff about the difference between the Rams defense from last year to next. Now, last year, we know there was mad situations with COVID and I don't know, a lot of uncertainty was happening last year anyway. So you just to be able to play the game was enough. So we figured you carry the defense in and you go with the goof, maybe we could run it back. Okay. Through 4 games, 2020, Rams allowed 80 points. This year, 99. 2020 yards allowed, 1,413. This year, almost 1,600. Opponents' completion percent. Last year, 65%. This year, over 71%. So those quarterbacks is passing at a 92.7% clip against us. And I'm watching it. Now, I'm thinking to myself as I'm watching the game, the defense, it is not sweet right now. Something is definitely up.
But like you said too, I mean the both defenses are not good, and I'll read you.
I didn't say they wasn't good.
No,
it just ain't the same.
Well, they aren't good because I'll tell you why and how they're not good. They definitely are not the same, But you think a lot of the completion percentage you said is up this year from 4 games last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that has a lot to do with the offenses. I mean, we've talked about it offline. Like, where the hell is the running games these days?
True.
It's a lot of passing offenses. I mean,
going for it on 4.
Going for it on 4th down and all that. So, you were talking about the defenses. So Seattle's the 32nd ranked defense in the league right now through 4 games.
I remember saying that about the Seahawks last year.
Yeah, they were terrible. They did start. They were winning last year at this time, but they weren't good on defense either. Gave up 444 yards a game. So, 28th in passing, giving up 292 yards a game, and 32nd in rushing, giving up 152 yards a game. That's the Seahawks defense. The Rams defense is 27th in the league, giving up 396 yards a game. 25th in passing, giving up 273 yards a game, and 21st in rushing, giving up 123 yards a game. So, I mean, both of these defenses are not up to par like we've seen a few years ago, right?
And that's the thing. And that's the biggest difference that I see. So while everybody, all the public money and all this new flair and the news cycle, sports news cycle, pumping up Rams because, they love it. It's the West Coast team and this and that. They're going to give it that space in their program, in their news program. But I'm going to come to the crib because homie's in the house. I'm going to keep it real for you. And I'm going to tell you there's a visible difference. The Aaron Donald's still getting his same level of penetration, which is allowing people to get off. So there are other guys getting off, which is what that whole defensive line is all about. But the problem is something's up with them damn linebackers, because you can't just be giving away yards like that. And then it's 50-50 on third down conversions they giving up. So if you're saying this third down and whatever, you got this, damn it, against the Rams right now. So, and the secondary is still fine. Jalen's locking it down. That new position, that little amoeba shit where he's jumping all over the field, is working to a T. And he's getting back up. Tyler Rapp could be a little bit more aggressive, but I've been saying that from the beginning. But hey, if the whispers that I hear popping off about Stephon Gilmore coming, you already know it's going to be major problems. Then you can close the door, because nobody's going to be able to get on.
Well, Stephon Gilmore's in Carolina, so he ain't going to the Rams house right now.
It wouldn't apply to this year, because he's still on a final year of a contract, and he's still a defensive player of the year caliber individual.
And he wants to get paid.
Should he choose, to come play in the sunshine, semi, because of the dome and SoFi with the see-through situation, but that could work too. But that's not going to help us this year. I just figured I would throw that nugget out there, because it's banter out there as it should be. But yeah, man, so that's what I think it is right now. So, and I hit you offline and I said, hey, if Carson is gone, that's their chance, because if they got a heavyweight run D, that is how it's going to work, because in the secondary, they're going to be able to get a little bit, DK is going to get pissed off like he always do. Is he or is he not?
Exactly. Let's talk a little offense now that you brought up DK. So the Seahawks offense is averaging 25 points a game, number 10 right now. And your Rams are averaging 28 points a game, number 6 right now. Both these offenses are about in the middle of the pack. It seems like, for yards a game, the Seahawks are in the middle of the pack, number 19, 350 yards a game. And your Rams are averaging 391 yards a game. But, I'd like to see what Stafford was averaging Goof was averaging last year through 4 games. Cause right now Stafford's number 4 at 298 yards passing a game. And, so
if I remember correctly, it was a mixed bag with Goof at this point in the year, if I remember, because
they still had they had that run. They had Cam Akers and Malcolm Brown, and Henderson was a lot of it, right?
We had the whole crew there. Henderson was starting at that point. This is before Cam Akers broke out and started really participating later on. But it was them two and everything. It was kind of a mixed bag. We had a nice couple games, but then there was like some funny looks going on at that time. So we started having the "is Goof the guy" conversation started to pop up.
So yeah, I think Rams, like you're referencing to Ramsey and DK, they got into it last year a couple times. Mm-hmm. And now with the no taunting calls that they're, refs are focused on and in the game. So both of these two are going to have to be mellow-headed tonight, I think. So it's going to be interesting to see who gets under whose skin first, because DK's up for the challenge. Jalen Ramsey is up for the challenge. And should be a freaking good game. I'm even after what we saw last year, I'm liking the offenses in this game, because I think both defenses are suspect. And as you always say, man, you don't want Aaron Darnold's ass on your quarterback, and we definitely do not want to see Aaron Donald in the backfield at all, laying on Russell Wilson. Actually, was it last year where Russell Wilson sat on Donald and hurt his back or some shit?
Yeah, but that was the second game further into the season. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to keep Donald in on the other side of the line there, not in the backfield. But you referenced to Chris Carson as well, homie. my latest report I've heard and seen as of 11:45 this morning is he's not playing.
Okay.
So it's been confirmed because I hit that fantasy football waiver wire trying to track down Alex Collins, see if he's available. I think he's gonna have a big game tonight for the Seahawks if Carson is true to not play. I mean, it sounds like Carson is just a stiff neck is what they said it was. But I mean, how do you go from playing on Sunday if you got a neck issue to playing on Thursday?
Right.
Maybe it's one of those reports like the game, a quote unquote game time decision. But with the way Alex Collins run the ball, I mean, I think that they'll be okay if Carson rests. So I think that changes it up a little bit. Carson hasn't had a 100-yard rushing game all year. Seahawks haven't had a 100-yard rushing game all year, if I remember correctly. And Alex Collins going to bring a little different juice. He had 1,000 yards in Baltimore. Was it last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. So, I mean, he's still, after the Seahawks let him go after his rookie contract was up, but he's back. So I like Collins a lot, but I think this is going to be a good game for us. And before, we can get into some more stuff about the game.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you've seen this yet or not, Anonymous Big Homie. So this makes me a little bit more excited about the game tonight. I'm starting to lean the other way. I was on your Rams at minus 2.5. Your Rams at minus 2.5, but I'm starting to lean the other way for my Seahawks. Starting to get a little excited, homie. Seahawks, since debuting the color rush jerseys in 2016, guess what their record is, homie?
What?
7-0 since debuting the color rush jerseys.
So
4-0.
That's what we're going with now.
4-0 in the action green jerseys, homie. And 2-0 against the Rams in the action green jerseys, homie. Woo!
All right. Well, if you're gonna put it like that,
homie.
Hey, look, nobody has beat the Rams on Thursday Night Football since 2017. Okay, if you want to get that narrow with the analytics, bro, you know what I'm saying? That's funny, the last team to do it was the Seahawks too, in 2017.
2017 was that?
That's going to be like I said, those are key matchups. We talked about the run game from both teams, so clearly it's defensive line, run game on both sides is going to be vital. Of course, the biggest spotlight is going to be on Jalen Ramsey and DK Metcalf, man. That's what the game is going to be built around. That's what the cameras are going to be focused on. That's going to be the story of the situation. Now, I don't know at this point. I can't tell you how many touchdowns the Rams are going to throw up, because when we talk about the Rams offense, all I'm saying is it looks like Goof is there. I'm just telling you, I don't see much difference. Now, the 50-yard bombs that's been popping up with Deshaun Jackson, Goof could have hit those. He was so wide open, Goof would have hit those. Okay, so what I'm saying is I'm looking at the targets between the Rams offensive weapons versus and try to figure out, okay, is anything looking different? Right now, Cooper Kupp is averaging 11.5 targets a game. That's pretty heavy because Bobby Trees, Robert Woods, for those not in the know, is only averaging 6 targets per game. That number was a lot more even last year. So I'm thinking, when I look at that, I'm saying Stafford's got a nice little safety, safety valve, which is not a bad look. It's not, but that just tells me that the offense is still it's 4 weeks. Okay, it's 4 weeks. I'll take that one loss last week on the chin and keep smiling, but the offense still has a lot of room to make up when Deshaun Jackson's only averaging 3 catches, but we know what his catches are. If they catch you slipping, boom, pow, money, touchdown. And Van Jay is coming up, Van Jefferson, Tyler Higbee, 4.5. So those two guys are pretty much getting the same amount of play in the offense that they were getting last year. I just think that they got to get that the Robert Woods ball in the hand, those rushing yards to assist and help out with that with the backfield, since it's a little sketchy right now. But Henderson is back. He should be ready to go. No big issues with that. And Sony Michel's gonna slowly pick up. He'll contribute a little bit, but we don't never ask for him to contribute that much.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be a big game for both these teams, because they need to prove who has the bigger balls in the NFC West right now, and who's going to be able to contend with Arizona, who is in number one right now in the NFC West, and see who's going to be able to compete with them in the West. So, man, as you were talking about your offense with your Rams, I think. And I said that I think it's going to be a good game. The only thing that scares me about the high power, high octane offense, I think that the Rams are going to bring, I think it's going to be heavy pass all day when the Seahawks are giving up, almost 300 yards in defensive passing yards. So, but what I was getting at is the thing that scares me is Pete's philosophy and mentality that he wants to establish the run. I have high praise for Alex Collins. I like Alex Collins a lot, but he's no fucking Derrick Henry. All right. So you're not going to be able to. What's that?
Why not?
Yeah. Because he's not 252 pounds and a phenomenal specimen of a man. Although Alex Collins is a big dude and a great running back, or good running back, so the philosophy of Pete just wanting to pound the rock. I think that, with Ramsey and DK being matched up together, that opens up Lockett a little bit, Freddie Swain a little bit, to get some catches too, and some yards after catch is going to be interesting to see from both of these teams, I think, because with those little fast dudes out there, Kupp and Lockett, both teams can get some extra yards on a pass play and put some good positions in, good scoring positions to get there. So, it's going to be, I'm really liking the line is that still at 2.5 for the Rams on the road, which is odd, but the weather's nice outside. It's perfect Seattle weather. We're wearing our action greens, baby. 4-0, 2-0 against the Rams in action green. Might be the night to sprinkle a little part on the money line, my brother. I know it doesn't go well for you, but
being so close to the situation as we are, I know that, again, where the Seahawks have to go is where they've been trying to go. If they're going to try to get at the Rams, they want to get away from what they want to do, but they're not going to sit and let DK go unused, and Tyler Lockett's not going to get off. And what's the other young guy that caught a touchdown pass last week? Swain,
yeah.
So they're not going to let. Maybe he can catch a couple passes and get loose. But I think that the path, because they have to benefit from that run. It's cool. I wouldn't hate Pete for establishing the run. Ain't nothing wrong with establishing the run. You can't live and die by the run. What year do you think this is playing like this?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
This Jim Thorpe and Newt Rockne, man? No. Okay. We have dynamic and the most accurate quarterbacks I've ever seen. So you don't think Russell wants to get out here and pop these skills out? Now, The problem is that if the Seahawks get caught up, that's a dangerous game, because if their defense gets caught slipping, which it will early, in my estimation, and they start feeling like they have to abandon the run, it's going to get dangerous, because the last 3 games, head to head, Rams versus the Seahawks, my boy Darius Williams done took a TD or interception, off Russell Wilson in the last 3. Okay. So he sees something with Russell Wilson when that time comes. Well, one of them I think was a little bit controversial with some toes or something, I think. on one of them. But anyway, nevertheless, we still see something. So, like I said, it's a dangerous game. And like I said, if the Rams have their balance together, because that's what's missing. You start off, I love the establish that run, show and go. You get the Bobby Tree action coming around on a double reverse, and then you're able to pop these guys by surprise in the back of the head like a mobster. Goodfellas, you get to get them. And that's how you're gonna catch them with those quick hits. That's how you get Deshaun Jackson loose. Now watch it happen. That might not be too bad of a play. Deshaun Jackson anytime touchdown. We gotta look for that, because I think that's the one they're gonna be too focused on Cooper Kupp trying to chase him around. This might be a good opportunity to catch Bobby Wagner slipping with the Tyler Higbee touchdown.
Yeah.
And again, and Van Jay. Okay, I won't say that Van Jefferson's about to really get off. Because what's my man's name play for the Seahawks?
Diggs, yeah. Andre Diggs and
Yeah.
Jamal Adams. Yeah.
Is he the one that's Stephon Diggs' brother, or is that the dude from the Cowboys? One of these dudes is Stephon Diggs' brother, because I seen a little ESPN joint on him. But anyway, yeah. So you tell me who the secondary is, because all of the talk we've been talking about this. Well, the Rams is 6-3 under McVay versus the Seahawks. So we've been having this conversation about the defense, and y'all want to fire everybody, want the coordinators gone. It's the same thing. What are the names? What's the personnel look like? Are these guys garbage?
Well, now I think they're making a move. I think they're making a move tonight away from Trey Flowers at one of the CB positions, and giving Sidney Jones the start, if I'm correct. So Sidney Jones, he's from UW, played in didn't he play in Philly, I think, a couple years. But Trey Flowers was not. I mean, you've seen the defense. I just gave you the stats too. I mean,
you trust these guys versus Robert Woods, Deshaun Jackson, and Cooper Kupp?
No, not at all. But okay. I'm hoping that this is a little move in the right direction to keep them contained a little bit, with Sidney Jones getting a move out there. And you still have Jamal Adams and Quandre Diggs, and then DJ Reed. He's been making some plays. If anybody's halfway decent in those out of those four right now, it's been DJ Reed. So we'll see how the game plans work out. What'd you say? McVay was 6-3 against Pete?
Yeah, since McVay's been there up here, versus Seahawks, 6-3.
Okay. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. Like I said, I like this game. I think I was debating the over under at 54.5, but I really think both these teams put up 30 points tonight, homie. And I know I said that probably last year in December too, but I just don't see this game going this way. I just have that feeling. And what happens when I have that feeling, that the game's going to be good and the game is going to be a shootout, and how I back my team. When I get that feeling all up in my chest and all up in my feels, homie, I'm liking it tonight. I'm liking it tonight. Corey's on his way up, hopefully here in a minute. So we'll be kicking it and watching some Seahawks football. What do you got, homie, for your hometown play of the week for the people? Because we have to throw that in here before we close up shop.
Oh, snap, bro. All right. Well, this is the way that I look at it. I have, bro, 3.5 points different on a neutral. Okay. That's what I have. So what we're saying is that the line should be more like Rams +4, the Rams -4.5 favorite. If this was in LA, is what they're saying. Same team, same situations is what they're telling me. If I move the line the other way from and it opened at 1 to begin with. So before we even saw these teams, it was a pretty even matchup. Now we've seen a little something. And I've already expressed what I've seen already. It's hard for me to say after saying last week, you know what I'm saying, what was going to happen. But here, I feel pretty confident that what the Rams have in terms of their advantages, they outweigh Seattle's advantages that I see. That's how I looked at it. With it being this close and the line only moving 1 point since it first opened. And the only way to go would be with the Rams. Now, that's the dumb way to go, too. That is squared and all damn get out. That's what the hell everybody's doing. I just talked about that at the top. The Rams is a national darling out of nowhere, the Hollywood situation. So what that made me look at is, how could the Rams not lose or not cover, right? What reasons can I find for them to not? I didn't find a lot. I just didn't find a lot. Home field advantage, which is big up here. Matt Stafford ain't played in this. So, hey, look, I'm going to do it like this. This is how we're going to do this. All right. Since it's only a -2 right now, you got to say the hometown play of the week is to take the Los Angeles Rams -2 over the Seattle Seahawks, because the money line is at 135. Okay. So I see it as a win. It's got to be a 3-point win. This is not a 1-point game.
No, it's going to be a close one.
And I'm going to dig up a bunch of props that we'll probably talk about offline, but for the purpose of, the battle head-to-head hometown play situations, the 2 on the line is definitely the way to go. And I see it happening primarily through just efficient all-around play, because I think they saw something last week by not having those other plays mixed in. What you got from the Seahawks?
First, I think I have to correct myself. When I said DJ Reed has been good, I would think I meant Ryan Neal. Ryan Neal hasn't played a whole lot, but when he's been in there, he's played well enough to get some notice. That's what I meant. Ryan Neal, not DJ Reed. I get my facts straight before I jump on someone's bandwagon there. So anyways, so I think I'm going to roll with my hometown play of the week. I'm going with the prop on this one for everyone out there, because I think we'll probably play this one. I think Russell Wilson's prop has been around passing yards is like 250, probably 265, maybe around there. So I am rolling with Russ to pass for over 300 yards. He's done it before. He can do it again. And he'll have a rushing touchdown. So Russ is going to have a rushing touchdown. You know how we like to throw out a little craziness into our hometown plays of the week, just for a little fun, right? But I think Russ is going to get a rushing touchdown and pass for over 300 yards. Is what it's looking like.
That's like that bold prediction type shit you're doing. Okay, I'll see what you got going on. Hey, if you're saying that, given that I think that Matt Stafford's definitely good for about 285 and 3 touchdowns today. That's kind of what I saw up front. Saying that would lead us to believe that this is definitely a under 3.5 field goals, right?
Oh, yes. Absolutely under 3.5 field goals tonight, homie. We can't forget our play that we are starting to fall in love with, because like we talked about reference before, teams are going for it on 4th down now because the analytics to tell them to. And it's a passing league and it's a touchdown league so far through week 4.
And that's it. So on the side of that, I mean, we've been hammering this because we've noticed, and we're trying to beat the counter and the books to what's going on. Do you think that this is over or under 8 punts?
8 punts?
Yep.
Man, 8 punts? I'd say under on 8 punts. I haven't seen.
It's even 110 or 115 each.
Yeah.
Either way.
I mean, I think there's going to be probably 3 or 4 punts. Well, the Seahawks are always good for a punt on their first possession.
Possession for sure.
So there's always that one that gets there. So I think 8's a little high for this game. I think that's going to be both back and forth, game. And I think, like I said, I think I'm leaning towards the over right now. We'll talk offline on that and see where we come up with, but under 3.5 field goals for sure. Under 8 punts. I'm thinking we're leaning towards that as well. Yeah. So we're going to close this one out, I think, homie, unless you got anything else to add to the map for these people tonight.
Nah, man, I think we hit them with everything that they need to know to get on. They clearly know that, like I said, don't believe the hype. The Rams are good, but they're still improving. I told you at the beginning of the season, I said the dark horse was that Arizona Cardinal. I said that when we went through the rundown, so don't be surprised. Okay, this is a tough division, and we got to run back and got divisional play again next week, or at least I think the Seahawks do. Seahawks have, I think Arizona or somebody had this week. No, I'm sorry. 49ers have the Cardinals this week is what it is. So we're going to find out what's popping in our division, something serious. But we know what it is. Whose house? Rams house.
Ah, shit. Slow down, homie. Slow down. All right, y'all. Hit that subscribe, rate, and review, please. We need y'all. Help us out a little bit. You suckers. Follow me on Twitter at Stix015. Follow this guy, Anonymous Big Homie, at homie_anonymous. And get ready for some Thursday night football tonight. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. We'll be on Twitter. We'll be back and forth. And stay tuned for the next podcast. It'll be coming out sometime later this week with the rest of the normal stuff we get into. Just wanted to get this out to you all as soon as possible. So appreciate y'all listening. Thank you very much. Go Hawks. What you got for the people, homie?
Hey, keep your notifications up for the full pod later this week. This is fun.
That was Sports Fix with Stix. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. If you want to join the show, use the hashtag StixandSports.
Winners don't make excuses.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.